This is insane. Hello, my name is Jona, and I am your teacher for the day. Have you ever watched Jane the Virgin and wondered what the heck is going on? I am here with a map of characters, a character map, if you will, and I am going to explain how every single one of these characters is related and what they mean to the show. I am here with my handy dandy strings, and they are color-coded to help you keep track of the relationships between every single one of these characters. So without further ado, let's get started where it all began, with Jane. Jane is the daughter of Xiomara and the daughter of Rogelio, which then makes her the granddaughter of Abuela or Alba and Mateo. And on the other side, on Rogelio's family, she is the granddaughter of Liliana and Manuel. Jane is the mother of baby Mateo, and she had Mateo with Raphael. But unfortunately for Jane, she also still had feelings for her ex, Michael. And then later on, Jane met Jonathan, who was her teacher, and they sort of hit it off. So she has feelings for Michael, Raphael, and Jonathan. Now that we got the romantic stuff covered, Jane has a best friend whose name is Lena. Now let's move on to the most complicated part of Jane the Virgin, and that is Raphael's family. The easiest part to understand is that Raphael has a sister named Louisa. Raphael and Louisa share the same father. His name is Emilio. And that's about as easy as this part is gonna get, so bear with me. Louisa's mom's name is Mia. However, that is not Raphael's mother. Raphael's mother's name is Elena. So this makes Mia Raphael's stepmother, and this also makes Elena Louisa's stepmother. So this means that at one point, Elena was married to Emilio, and Mia was married to Emilio. It would be very easy to stop there, but there are plenty of other characters over here, so how do they all fit in? I'm about to tell you. At one point, Emilio was married to someone named Rose, which then means that Rose was the stepmother of Louisa. And that also makes Rose the stepmother of Raphael. But this whole time, Rose was a daughter of Elena, which then means that Rose is the stepsister of Louisa and the stepsister of Raphael and the stepmother. Now here's the really insane part. Rose and Louisa were actually in a relationship, which makes Rose Louisa's stepmother, stepsister, and lover. Now let's backtrack a little bit because we know that Raphael is the father of Mateo, which then makes Louisa the aunt of Mateo. Now remember how I said that Jane and Raphael are the parents of Mateo, but Jane also has feelings for Michael? Michael is looking for Sinrostro and Mutter, two crime lords that he has to find as part of his job. And it just so happens that Elena is Mutter and Rose is Sinrostro. So Michael is looking for Rose or Sinrostro and Elena or Mutter. To find them, Michael has worked with a couple of people. First we have Susanna. During this investigation, Michael and Susanna have to work with Louisa to find the people they're looking for. And Susanna and Louisa hit it off and start a relationship or flirtationship. So I'll get back to Louisa, Susanna, and Rose in a second. Michael had to work with Nadine, and they sort of had a little thing. And while that was happening, Nadine had connections to Rose. Now that stuff got a little bit messy because when Mateo was born, Rose had a plan to kidnap him. But luckily Mateo was safe. Michael got him back from Nadine. But in order for any of that to happen, Michael had to let Nadine go. Needless to say, that really didn't make Raphael too happy. So that, combined with a lot of other things, made Michael and Raphael not very good friends. So fast forward a little bit, Nadine is killed, but she did redeem herself by putting a flash drive in Michael's leg. Which sounds really weird, but you know, it's casual. So the flash drive that Nadine put in Michael's leg is a huge lead on finding who they're looking for. So Michael, Susanna, and Louise set up a trap for Rose because of her past with Louisa. The trap is set up in a hospital and things get really insane, and then we discover that Rose is killed. And she appears to be killed by Elena, aka Mutter, who is her stepmother. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Elena had another son named Derek, which makes Derek Raphael's half-brother. Now let's move away from this mess for a little bit and let our brains sort of cool down. We've got a woman named Petra. Now Petra was once in a relationship with Raphael, and poor Petra has a lot of trouble letting go of Raphael. So when Jane was accidentally inseminated by Louisa, Petra isn't really the biggest fan of that. Because Raphael's sperm was supposed to go to Petra, but accidentally went to Jane. Jane is having what should have been Petra's baby. Petra wants Raphael back, so she does something a little bit out there. She inseminates herself with the turkey baster and has twins. She and Raphael named their twins Anna and Elsa, which is a pretty unique combination of names. I don't think I've ever heard that combination of names before. So now Raphael is the father of 3 babies, which now means that baby Matteo and babies Anna and Elsa are siblings. Petra's life is complicated, and her mother, Magda, is a little bit on the not entirely their side. Magda tends to kill people. Don't worry, she's now in jail, but before she went to jail, she killed Ivan. Now, who is Ivan? Petra here had a relationship with Milos, and Milos' partner in crime literally was Ivan. But then Ivan was killed. Now Petra was not really involved with the killing, but there was blackmail between Ivan and Petra. Things were messy. And if you need more proof that Magda belongs in jail, she pushed Jane's grandmother down the stairs and also killed someone else with her hook and her missing eye, which by the way was caused by Milos. So Petra's family life is pretty good. I'd say that's great. Now we have Lachlan. Lachlan and Petra were in a relationship, that is, until Raphael took Petra. Lachlan and Raphael had worked together and they were rivals. Now we have Scott. Scott kept some secrets for Emilio. After that, Raphael put Scott on Petra's staff. When Petra inseminates herself, Scott knows about it and blackmails Petra. He wanted a promotion, he saw an opportunity, and he blackmailed her. Jane distrusts Scott, but things get a little complicated because Jane's former friend Wesley worked with Scott to write a very hard-hitting expose on the Solanos. Okay, so remember Rogelio? He is the son of Liliana and Manuel. So Rogelio and Xiomara had Jane together. But Rogelio also has an ex-wife named Melissa, who also happened to be his assistant. Melissa had twin daughters named Victoria and Valeria. So since Melissa and Rogelio didn't have the twins together, he is their ex-stepfather. So this line, even though it's the color green for parent and child, he is the ex-stepfather. The twins don't really like Jane at first, but they do call it through, so that is why they're frenemies. Rogelio, being the phenomenal actor that he is, he does have a rival named Esteban. More recently for Rogelio, and quite unfortunately for Rogelio, he hired a new assistant. Her name was Paula. But like many of these people, she's not who she says she is. She's actually Lola, his old prison pen pal, and she has now kidnapped him and cut him off from his family. Okay, so now we're going to fill in any blanks we might have in this character map. Rogelio and Xiomara are the grandparents of baby Matteo. Rogelio and Michael have a bromance, the ultimate bromance I might add. Alba is the widow of Matteo, which is where the name for Matteo came from. Liliana was with Manuel, they had Rogelio, but he turned out to be gay. Sadly for Anna and Elsa, Magda is their grandmother, which also means that Elena, or Mutter, is the grandparent of Anna and Elsa. Those poor kids. Emilio is the grandfather of Matteo and of Anna and Elsa. Louisa is the aunt of Anna and Elsa. Lena is the godmother of Matteo. I'm pretty sure Jonathan was Wesley's teacher because Jane and Wesley were in class together. Derek and Rose are siblings. Emilio was killed by Rose, and Petra assisted in the hostage holding of Ivan. And in season 1, Petra is running from Milos, but then in season 2, they kind of get married, and it's just very confusing. There you have it. Be sure to go over this as your homework tonight, because you're going to need the practice. And if any of you watch Jane the Virgin, good luck. Now there could be some links missing or some errors in here. I'm just as confused as you are, even though I am your teacher. Thank you for attending this lesson. Be sure to review this. There is a link to a still image of this entire board in the description. So you can zoom in and study it, especially on this whole area, because oh my god, I don't even know what's happening there. Surely this will all change when it comes back from hiatus anyway, so It's not like I worked so hard on this. Hey, it's me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful and not more confusing. This took a ton of planning and a lot of hours to film, so I really hope that it's good, and I hope I didn't miss anything. But it's probable that I did, so do be nice in the comments, and if I forgot something, just mention it nicely. Jane the Virgin is an excellent show. If you aren't watching it, it is on the CW on Mondays. It does take a couple of hiatuses, very similarly to Girl Meets World, but you have to check it out. I think season 1 is on Netflix. The acting is top-notch, the writing is top-notch, it's hilarious, heartwarming, and very just amazing. I don't even have words to describe it, so do check that out. I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people. Bye!